major change to the New South Wales health system. GPs will be able to diagnose patients with ADHD and prescribe them medication. It follows similar reforms in Queensland and WA, aiming to combat the expensive cost and long wait times for psychiatric appointments. But some experts are concerned the move could lead to an over-diagnosis of the condition.
For more, we're joined by communications expert and author Ed Coper and 7 News presenter Gemma Acton. Hey, guys.
Morning.
Ed, we'll start with you. What do you think? Good move?
Oh, well, look, at the end of the day, this is about getting people, and especially kids, the help that they need when they have this condition. So there are a lot more diagnoses these days, but that's because a lot of people have been living with this undiagnosed. And without this solution, you see, people sit for months and months and months on the waiting list to go and see a specialist, get a diagnosis. Parents are at their wits' end. It costs a lot of money. The kid, might spend a year in a classroom without the help that they need. That's not just bad for them, that's bad for the other kids, the teachers. So this is a much better way of getting them the help much more quickly. And these GPs will be trained. This is not just something that anyone can do if you're a GP. So I think this is a really good solution.
OK, Gemma, as Ed's just said then, seeing a specialist can be expensive. It can take a long time to get in to see them. Do GPs need broader powers maybe for other common conditions?
I think the whole system needs a bit of a rethink because it can also be very expensive to get in to see a GP these days. There are so many bulk billing deserts that are emerging all over the place. So, yes, I just think the way things are referred, the way things are prescribed does need to be looked at again. And we need to use more technology. I know it's very unpopular to say we need to use technology when it comes to diagnosing a medical, but there's no emotion, there's no biases, and the results show that actually technology does a very good job often of doing descriptive diagnoses.
GPs are so time poor. They've
So
only got 15
time poor.
minutes to achieve so much that it must be easy just to over prescribe sometimes as well.
These diagnoses are hard, that's why you need training, that's why you need specialists. So it's about finding a good balance there.
Well, moving on, a new Gallup poll has found that American men under 35 are experiencing a loneliness epidemic, with 1 in 4 of them reported feeling more isolated than other demographics. It is a trend that's also seen internationally as well. Gemma, why do we think men are feeling isolated?
Well, I was just talking about how great technology is, but there's also a very dark side as well. I mean, if you've talked to a chatbot or ChatGPT recently, it is so nice to you. If I ask it a question, it says, "Great question, Gemma," shows you're really thoughtful. And so I can see how people lean a lot more on virtual friends and virtual conversations or characters in gaming than they do in real life. And that gets you a certain amount of the way. But you never get that, that feeling when you reach out and touch someone, when you look in somebody's eyes. That's really, at the end of the day, still lacking.
Yeah, I've got a lot of friends talking about their friend Claude, who's apparently an online psychologist. But Ed, what do you think can be done here?
Well, other than Claude, look, and Claude and I go out for online beers all the time. This is a really serious problem, and just as men seem to be pretty good at forming friendship groups when they're young, and then something changes. Maybe they have kids, they get a busy job, their friends all have kids, and I think women do a really good job of working at keeping their social groupings through every stage of life, and guys just have to do a better job of it. And sometimes it's a bit of organisation. So,
Oh, that's why.
I mean, I think it's a great solution.
Right,
I've started what I call, with a bunch of other dads, it's a club. And what does the club involve? Well, we just go down to the bolo and have some beers and talk about sport. But we put a label on it, it's a thing, and all of a sudden we're organised. So a little bit of organisation, a little bit of proactivity, and we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's good.
Sure, it gets the sign-off too. The club. And finally, Energy Minister Chris Bowen has copped a spray from a Catholic priest after snacking on a bowl of pasta during Sunday Mass. Now, Ed, what do you make of this?
I just love the fact that we have another chapter in these strange scandals for politicians eating things. So you had Tony Abbott eating a raw onion, you had Bill Shorten eating the wrong end of a sausage sizzle, and now we have Chris Bowen, which I'm calling Knock Knock Gnocchi on Heaven's Door, sitting in the front row. No, I think we've got to cut him some slack here. It wasn't a church, it was in a marquee, it was outside. He turned up early for the thing after Mass, and there was a guy up the front speaking Italian. Now, I don't know, maybe he didn't realise, maybe he doesn't speak Italian, so I think this is an exception. But knock, knock, knock on heaven's door, you'll see this is the latest scandal.
I love it. Gemma, innocent mistake or a careless gaffe?
I just can't imagine you would sit in the front row of anything with nobody else around you eating and be shoveling pasta into your mouth. Like, it doesn't even matter for me that it's mass. I just find the lack of self-awareness absolutely extraordinary. But there was a bit of passive aggression from the priest as well, because he was repeating, "You can't eat in here," but only in Italian. And if you really want the message to be heard in Australia, you might need to also say it in English. So the priest needs to take a bit of responsibility too.
And also, if he's going to take communion with a wafer, I mean, that's not going to fill up Chris, is it? He needs the pasta, he needs the carbs. It's a big day.
Did he have a glass of red wine with it? Because if he had, then I think he could have justified it by being part of the communion.
Celebrating the Italian spirit, absolutely.
So, this is you know, it's the church bringing the community together.
Apparently.
It could be that way. It could be a lovely thing.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Gemma. Good to see you.